everyone, welcome to Meet the Characters, the very first one for Flustered in the Faewild, our new campaign. So I'm Emma, I'll be DMing this new 12-parter. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm here with Tom. Tom, do you want to introduce yourself and maybe a little bit about the character that you'll be playing in this campaign?
Sure. My name is Tom. I use he, him, as does my character Pip, also he, him. He is a fighter, cavalier class, and rides an elk,
Also very exciting. We're here for the elk. So if we jump straight in to our Meet the Characters, so today we're building Pip and possibly Meg on Hero Forge. We'll see what we can do there. So Hero Forge is a character generator where you can build a 3D model of your character in... Well, you build it online and then they will send you a sort of a plastic version. So this is one of my previous characters, Prosperous, in 3D glory. And they do come in colour. So that's what we are, the end product of what we'll be making today, although not a half-orc paladin, obviously. So we'll jump straight in. What species is Pip?
Well, this is where we're getting all sort of homebrewy. So, the way I described it to you is I said he's a tiefling, but he's a sort of fey tiefling. So He has, rather than the more sort of horns, he's got antlers. Again, nice sign language there and there.
That's awesome. So shall we start with the sort of half demon, and then we can go in and change, so you can change the horns later. So, you're using he, him pronouns. So do you want to start with the kind of the more masculine body type?
I think so, yeah. Cool.
So we'll start off there with this amazing goatee. Love that. And we'll jump straight into head. So they've gone straight in on the face. Do you have... are there any of these faces that are kind of jumping out at you?
I quite like the sort of... let's have a look. So they've got the sort of the... I like the cheekbones. Yeah. Again, it's sort of like for... Yeah.
So the one that we've got in, the sharp features.
I think that's quite fun.
Quite nice.
Sort of,
and so they've got you... So on the softness slider down here, which just kind of sort of rounds everything out. They've got you all the way down the center at the moment. Do you kind of have a preference?
I think let's make him sharp. I think... So, like, the way I'm imagining the character is that same sort of thing that, like you might get with elves, where you're like, oh, you're quite attractive, but then as you spend more time, like, there's an offness to you. But,
something quite hard there. So, do you like it there, or do you want even more?
Let's just have a look at a little bit more.
Here?
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah. And then, so ears-wise, they've got you at the moment with elemental ears, so quite kind of curved and pointy.
Do they have anything that is sort of deer-like or?
So there's fays there, which are adorable. Let's have a look. So there are sort of more animalistic as you go further down. I mean, those are so cute.
Those are very cute.
So those are more...
Listen, I just like the idea of going, like, you're imagining this really intense character, and then he's like, oh, look at his little ears! I'll fight you.
So those are the fawn, specifically the fawn ones. And then the ones we were looking at previously were the kind of the fuzzy ones.
I quite like that. The temptation is to say the fawn ones, but I quite like the fuzzy ones for just that sort of, as I said, that the strangeness of, oh, look at his little ears!
Bit of texture. Should we leave the fuzzy ones in?
Yeah.
They've got the same kind of shape as the fawn ones, just a bit more.
Fuzz.
Do you want to do the antlers before we do the hair? Just so
let's have a look.
So, right. So, full-on deer antlers. Oh, hang on. I need to take this out. So...
Wow.
Is that what you were thinking, or do you want something slightly different?
Let's have a look at the other options.
Those are kind of... Oh, no, those are definitely more like mer people-y. Those are slightly smaller ones.
That's quite...
Those are kind of cowy.
I think I do like the awkwardness of the massive,
the really big ones.
huge. Yeah.
They're kind of like, oh, we get to a house. Oh, well, I'll just I'll just stick my head and I'll be in here. I'll be in shortly. I'll just see. Because sometimes at other positions you get slightly different choices. So there are slightly further back. Let me just hang on.
Let's have a look at.
So those are slightly to the side, but still really big.
I think let's have a look at some others. I think I prefer that as kind of...
Yeah, it's slightly less, that's front of the head. That's...
Although, as you said, I just like the fact there's absolutely no way he can go in, he can be discreet about this.
So those are...
You're just a big deer man, aren't you?
Yeah, here we are. Me and my really big... So those are more kind of oryx-y. So in terms of your like classic deery ones, you've got side of the head, and you've got kind of those really... I'll just put them on top again. Front of the head. Or you can have both.
Really tangled up. I'm just stuck in a tree.
So there's the top ones again.
Yeah. I quite like that. Yeah, there's sort of the further back.
The further back ones. So that's those ones. So let's just take those out. I think they look really nice, actually.
I also like the idea of sort of having the sort of top of the head free if you're trying to put anything in.
So if we go on to hair, what kind of were you thinking? So you've got this kind of nice ponytail at the moment.
I mean, let's not completely get rid of that, but let's have a look. I'm thinking sort of like, man bun. Sort of, I was sort of thinking like sort of Herne the Hunter kind of wild. I think Pip's the sort of wild man of the forest kind of look. Which is why I like the goatee, just to say.
The goatee.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hair.
That is.
Any of these kind of jumping out at you? That's more hair but kind of shaggy. Do you want? Yeah. Did you like tied back?
I quite like tied back. Yeah, no, I'm thinking for sort of.
That's sort of plaited with a stick in it.
Again, you're learning a lot about the character. Where you're like, yeah, no, he's actually taking time to, plait and.
That one's a mohawk with a sort of. That's quite intense, isn't it? That one's quite plaited, more hair but kind of plaited, which is quite nice.
It is. Because I'm thinking about sort of spends a lot of time riding on the back of.
Yeah, so you don't want the hair to be in the way.
Yeah.
That one is head down but sort of plaited out of the face.
Ooh. Maybe I think sort of like go back to sort of the ponytail sort of thing.
That is the kind of original ponytail, I think.
I don't think that's too bad as a kind of like, again, that idea of pull it back.
Yeah, just stick it all back.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
I'm trying to look respectable.
So if we move on to the facial hair, so the moment you have this very nice goatee, do you like that? Do you want to look at some of the other things on? Let's have
a quick look at sort of other.
Which of these do you kind of want to see?
Let's sort of that's sort of the one that's just like beard.
Oh, it's cute.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
That one's even slightly more.
Ooh, nice sort of century.
That one is beard without moustache, which looks wrong. Looks wrong after the moustache. The moustache suited him. Yeah. That's back to the very manicured.
I quite like the goatee.
Yeah, I do as well. I think it's. I think Hero Force just landed on what suits this character somehow.
It's amazing.
And eyebrows at the moment, you've got brow ridges.
Ooh.
I don't think I've ever seen brow ridges on a character before.
I mean, are those? I think that's maybe too cool to get rid of. Brow ridges.
Because you're a tiefling. So that's what bushy eyebrows would look like, just for comparison. And then there's your brow ridges again.
Let's stick with ridges. Yeah.
You've got humanoid eyes, which I think you're not an alien or a robot. No. So I think that's probably appropriate.
I think sort of in world he's got the sort of the deer eye the slits, and then
We can
I think
then-
especially like at night, if we're around a campfire, he's got that weird glowing eye thing,
cute.
which also would explain like dark vision and things.
Mm.
I said just a lot of things where you're like sitting, you're like, this is weird. He looks weird. And like,
We can put
doing
that
my best.
coloration in, Deb, for sure,
Yeah.
when we get there. You've got fangs at the moment. Do you want fangs, or do you want slightly different? Do you want more like deer-like teeth, like articulated,
Yeah.
chompy teeth?
Chomps. Give him some chompers.
Chompy teeth. Already done horn, so let's move on to body. So you at the moment have regular old arms. That's what it says here. Arms, chest, back, and tummy. Do you want anything slightly different for the torso, or are you happy with humanoid body?
I think what's furry clawed?
Just slightly clawed hands.
Cool, but not quite. Sort of. I think stick with humanoid.
And then just check you
Robot
don't have
arms.
any slightly different arms.
No.
And then legs-wise, you do have at the moment little hoofies. You
I
happy with
like
the
the
hoofies?
hoofies. I think that
Cool. We'll leave the hoofs there. And then if we move on to his measurements, so at the moment they have you at about 6 foot 6'1". Is that appropriate? Is he quite tall?
I was sort of thinking maybe a little bit short, maybe about 5'9", sort of. Yeah. Oh, look at him go down.
Put him in the. So there we go. He's pretty.
Shorter than a
standard for a human, shorter than a minotaur, but up there for dwarves.
But I like it also that the fact the antlers take him up.
Yeah. Very, very tall if you consider the antlers. Do you want his head to be any bigger proportionally? Maybe slightly bigger?
Yeah, maybe just.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's got to hold that weight up there.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
They've got quite a lot of weight in his arms at the moment.
He's strong.
hench.
Yeah.
He's hench.
He's hench.
And again, there's quite a lot in the upper. Do you want? Should we just leave it where it is? It looks quite. To be honest, it all looks quite proportional at the moment. Do you want his lower to have a little bit more, or he's got to ride that horse?
Oh yeah.
Well, elk.
Just horse at the moment. We'll see how this one works out. But I think this is the strangeness of doing this. Is like he needs good legs, good riding legs.
We can stick some more muscles on him when we get down here, so I think that will help a little bit. Posture-wise, a little bit straighter, a little bit slouchier. A little bit more
straightness. I think there's a kind of military.
Yeah. Apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Build adds on width on the shoulders.
Yeah, why not? Just a little bit more.
Yeah. Quite a hench tiefling. Upper scale increases the entire upper.
Oh gosh, look at that.
What do you think?
Yeah, maybe it's like, that kind of. This is where I needed to look at pictures of horse riders.
Tends to be like I would say dexy rather than strong. Like lots of muscles. But this looks about right to me. Do you want him to have particularly long arms?
Well, look at those. Possibly not, I think.
Just leave the arms where they are.
Yeah.
And then muscularity tends to just add a little bit more definition or bulk.
Yeah, I think.
A bit more.
Yeah.
Do you want any extra around the chest area?
I don't know. I think that might be okay.
Where it is. And then waist would add extra around here, which I don't think would be right. And slimming it, I think it would look a bit weird.
Yeah.
Where it is. Belly again would kind of trim here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's, as you said, that sort of that dex.
Curves just does the hips, which I think we don't need for this. And the booty slider is what it is. Um,
well, you just have to sit on the back of an elk for a long time.
Needs that booty. Do you have wings?
No.
Okay.
I mean, again, it's always like when you get given these options, you're like, what if I did have wings?
Tail-wise, at the moment they're giving you the long tail, but you could also have like a nubby tail or a deer tail.
Yeah, let's give him a deer tail.
Deer
I think
tail.
that's
Cute, very cute. And you don't have a turtle shell or back spikes.
Again, as soon as you start doing it, like, what if I did? You're like, absolutely not the character, but what if?
We will leave it out. So let's move on to clothing. So what kind of thing do you envision Pip wearing as he rides around the forest?
I'm sort of thinking it might be sort of hide and bone kind of, because there was sort of the temptation to say, oh, you know, he's kind of a hermit, he's just there. But I think he has. Oh wow. Oh, just chest out.
We don't need to choose one of these outfits. I'm just.
No, please, by all means, I'm loving this. Yeah.
I mean, it could be warm in the forest. You know, it's very warm in London today, so.
I think it is that sort of. I think. As I said, he's by himself with Nutmeg, but there are, you know, people wander through the Faewild, people drop things, people die, and then a man on the back of an elk leans down and goes, right, this is my helmet.
What kind of armor is Pip wearing?
At the moment it's chainmail. Okay. But I'm worried about poor Nutmeg. I don't want to put too much weight on her back.
She'll be fine.
She's a big girl.
she can handle. She can handle it.
Yeah. Straps.
Just shout if anything takes your fancy.
Yeah.
That has kind of like leafy bits.
Oh, that's nice. And sort of.
That one's less.
I quite like that as a sort of. Yeah. I also like the the pauldron
bits.
Pauldron. They kind of look a bit wooden as well, which seems sort of...
there might be oh god, they're massive. So there's lots of different pauldrons that we can put on top that have different like decorative features. I
think if we're sort of looking at, you know, trying to make it look like everything's either made of wood or bone or, you know, hide.
So that one's quite cute.
That's not. Again, I like that with the sort of the leafy kind of. Yeah.
So we'll leave those in, and then let's look at your trousers.
What do you got on your legs?
So there probably are jodhpurs. Oh god, they're awful.
There are jodhpurs.
Okay. Let's just be clear. I used to do horse riding, and people do not wear jodhpurs that flare around the thighs. Like, that's not a thing. Jodhpurs are skin tight. Like, I don't know why.
They just need, they're like big poofy trousers. That's what you need on your ankles.
Just lots. Those are very, very torn. No, this is not right. Have a little like skirty thing. No, that's not right either.
God bless you.
Sorry, we went outside today, and apparently I've decided that all the pollen in the world is my enemy.
Just need to get up. Actually, so from that, if they are sort of
leafy legwear. What do you think?
I'm liking this look. This again, the weirdness of a man turning up just wearing like a tree. Welcome to the forest.
Let's look at that helmet. Do you want something on your head?
Yes. I think that's... I mean, that's the sort of... I mean, there's the weirdness of, like, with this, you could get, like, a deer head. It's like, I've got a deer head and antlers. But I think that's the sort of thing, like, we're looking at of helmets, where you're also, like, going... I think... Oh...
It does kind of cover up the hair.
Yeah.
Like, we could leave it off for now.
I think leave it off. I think
We could always have you like with a helmet under one arm, maybe. See if we can see if we can put that in. But I think otherwise we kind of lose the effect of your ears and the hair, which is it gives a lot of character to the character.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good old sentence there, Emma. Well done. So just looking at the gloves, it's put some little
sort of fingerless
arm wraps in. Just wondering if there's anything that's a bit different. Is that too much? They're also leaf themed.
I mean, we've started an aesthetic here.
We might as well carry on. It gives us lots of. I imagine there's going to be lots of different things in here that we can play around with in terms of colour and texture, which might be really nice.
I also like the idea now that now he's been given this job, it's almost like this is your uniform.
You wear the leaves.
You are the leaves. This is your best friend who is a deer. You are the trees. Off you go.
You won't need a mask, and you won't be able to wear anything on your feet because you have hooves. So, okay, Gia, talk to me about your weapon of choice.
What I have chosen as sort of a cavalier is a lance, which again has got quite interesting looking at it's 10 foot long, and that just I'm looking forward to combat. And just going,
oh my god, it's hilarious! Oh, I love it. I'm just trying to see if you can put. It doesn't look like you can equip a helmet as an item. Sadly, do you want a shield?
I think so. Yeah. Hey, is there a leafy shield?
That's an elven leaf shield.
Ooh. That's nice.
Which is quite pretty. It feels like something you could have picked up in the Faewild. It looks very kind of Fae-y. Let's cancel that. Oh. So here we are in all of the shields. There's also
Interesting.
a bit more rocky.
I think unless we find a particularly, I like, as you said, that sort of an elf has dropped a leafy shield. And...
Yeah, that's more of that one's kind of in the shape of a leaf, but more filigree. What do you think? Okay, it's a little crab, isn't it?
Let's have a look at the other one.
That one's got wheat on it.
That's quite cute.
These plain ones we might be able to put a decal on. I don't know what the decals would be, but we could have a look and see and then come back to a different one if not. That one literally is a leaf.
That, actually. Again, I just love the idea that someone's gone, right, this is what you got. Like, all right.
Shall we stick with the actual leaf?
Let's stick with the leaf.
Yeah. It feels appropriate. So that's hands. I wonder if we can stick a helmet on your side. Let's just look. No, that is a shame.
Yeah.
Do you want any pouches or things on your side, or?
I think sort of there could be
a little
sort of
potion. Where's that gone?
Yeah, sort of.
On your. There you go.
I think it's all kind of a bit of picking things up and then just
stick them on.
Bottle. Yeah. Just...
Cool. So then, if we move on, you can have. Some sort of glasses if you would like.
No. Although I do like, again, the sort of the slitted kind of turn of the century, the sort of cool wrap.
And then any
rings.
Jewelry.
Not sure.
Not sure really suits the character, does it?
No. I think keep your hands free.
And then any piercings.
Oh, I mean, let's just have a look to see what it looks like.
So, I don't know where it would put. Oh, yeah. So you can have little earrings, and you can have ones on the top.
Oh, that's great.
You can also have a one through your nose, and you can have a side of nose as well. Oh, God,
wow.
That's massive. That one's slightly smaller.
Yeah.
So those are kind of your options. What do you think?
I mean, if he was, I think it would be at the top. But then there's also the question of how did that happen? Who did that for you? When did you?
Someone in the forest walking through gave you an ear piercing.
He's like, thank you for saving our village. We could pierce your ears. Like, right. Okay. Sitting there with like the needle and going, oh, that hurts.
What do you think? Do you fancy having...
I don't think, let's just for the win, we're just giving him one piercing.
Yeah. I've stuck one in up there on your right ear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So we'll leave your base because we can't give you an elk, but we can give you a horse. And there's a chance that someone at Hero Forge might be able to stick some antlers on this horse. No, I know. Sticking antlers on a horse doesn't make it an elk, but someone at Hero Forge might be able to do something clever and make this horse an elk. So we think we're gonna put you on a horse for now.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, and hopefully someone at Hero Forge will be able to make this horse an elk.
I mean, no insult to Hero Forge. I would love if they just popped antlers on and went, there you go. So everyone else is like, that's a horse. That's a horse. No, it's an elk. It's the majestic princess of the forest. I'm like,
it looks like a horse that someone grew antlers out of. So we'll stick you on that for now. Now, in terms of base, I think I will decide what I want the base to look like in a minute.
Sure.
Do you want any things on the floor of your?
I think so. Let's have a look if there's anything. Yeah, things like mushrooms or kind of maple leaves.
You can only have. I'm gonna suggest mushrooms.
I think that's nice.
Yeah. For reasons. You can't see you haven't, Tom, seen the overlay that we're currently filming in, but it is absolutely covered in mushrooms.
That makes perfect sense then.
So I think we might be able to put a helmet on here using the second... yes. Would you like to have your helmet resting on the floor?
Underneath the hooves.
Look, it fell off at some point while you were galloping. No one knows why it's there.
I think that's actually quite a strange idea that Pip just keeps finding helmets and you're like, they're yours. They keep flying off your head.
Helmet.
Again, because it's difficult because you've got the antlers. You can't fully put a helmet on. It's just...
which of these? So there's a few helmets up here. There's the Salet helm. There's the Greek helmet. There's the Paladin helm with wings. Which...
I mean, that's, again, I think this is the problem with this stuff where I'm like, that's funny. And you're like, is that what you're going to do, though? Do you want to have the winged helmet? I quite like it.
I quite like the winged helmet as well. Also, I like the idea that you also have the antlers. So there's just a lot going on up here. Wings, antlers. You walk into a room and someone's like, there's too much there, I can't process it.
You need to change.
You've over time drilled holes for the antlers to go, so they sit behind. It's perfect. Amazing. Pose wise, they're giving you the riding pose. You could have the
more sort of
sitting up pose, or you could have the I don't know what that is. Saluting to the sky pose.
Take that, son. I think I like the riding in one. That's
charging.
Charging.
Now, let's do your expression, and then let's change that lancer that is pointing forward, ideally.
Yeah.
So, what do you think in terms? I mean, these are hilarious. So,
just
mildly perturbed.
Slightly confused. Like, oh my god.
Right. What do you think?
I think there might be a bit of a snarl, sort of, especially if you're
putting in a bit of arg.
But yeah, throw some arg in there. Yeah, that's sort of. Again, so looking at that sort of looks like this is this guy riding towards you. You know, you're like, oh, he's intense.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's got too much. It's just
There's a lot there. Cool. In which case, right handheld. Oh, that's just twisting the lance. That's not what I want to do. Wrist. That's the wrong way. That's the right way. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Now. In line with the horse, ideally. And I guess you want your arm closer to your body so that you're kind of... Oh, that was your entire torso. No. There we go.
Okay.
And let's move that back out slightly. Oh, so many sliders. There we go.
Nice.
Let's just take that even. What do you think?
I like, yeah, charging into battle.
Definitely intense. Cool. In which case, let us move on to the colour section. There's going to be a lot of colour in this. Let's start with decals, see what we've got, what we can put in. So, you can put in some dappling on your legs if you wanted. If you wanted them to be have slightly different colours. Does any of that take your fancy?
Yeah, I think maybe sort of, as I said, if we're thinking about sort of deer, elk, kind of like sort of mixture of... I think, yeah. Well, it's like the whole thing about like tieflings, where it's just like, you know, they're these colours, and they're like, no, we've got blue ones, we've got purple ones, you know, sort of.
And do you want like splotches so that you can be like a variety of different colours?
Let's try some splotches. Let's try.
So where that will be visible, you can see where the red's coming in here. So you can have like dappling on this foot. I don't think it'll be visible really here under your shield, but I think that's quite nice actually. Yeah. On your arms are pretty much not visible because they're completely covered by armour. Yeah. The head, again, you could have some like little dappling if you wanted.
Let's give it a go. Let's see what it looks like.
And then through the hair, you could have some.
I think I like
ombre or streaks or. What do you think? Streaks or...
let's give some streaks, I think. Yeah.
Cool. And again, if you wanted, you could either have the goatee be one colour, or you could have some ombre or different colourings.
Let's try ombre again. Just.
So the lance is different types of blood splatter if you wanted, or we can just leave it. Do you want any blood on it, or should we leave it not?
I think we'll just leave it at the moment.
You've cleaned it off. I think the shield will also. Yeah, shield is also blood splatter. Potion is also blood splatter, and then that one is
just plain blood.
The entire thing.
Oh no, not negative.
Okay. We'll move on.
I think he takes. He's a wild forest man, but he knows that if you leave that stuff on, it stinks and it goes bad.
Gotta clean it off.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Where are we going to start? Let's start with skin. So, in your regular skin colours, there are these colours, but I wonder if we might be better off in hair colours if you want more like sort of deer colours.
Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see how it.
Do you want like these kind of like?
Maybe sort of let's try.
Maybe something a bit less yellow.
Oh. Interesting.
Do you want something a bit darker or a bit lighter?
Well, just cream. That's just grey. Let's try. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And let's try putting some of the lighter ones through the dapples. What do you think of that? Do you want something a bit paler in the dapples?
I think it's sort of contrast.
What do you think?
That's quite, again, I like the sort of more sort of American deer with the light splotches.
And do you want that same colour on the eye ridges, or do you want something a bit different?
What do you think? Do you think that's...
I think it works. I think we could put it in for now and see if we need something
that's how
different.
it works.
Okay, let's put a lip colour in. Do you want the lips to be kind of another colour in the browns, or do you want that to be a pinky colour?
Should we have a look at pinky, see how...
Sorry, apologies. Can I have an antihistamine? Please.
See you again.
Oh. Sorry, there is a...
Fleshy bits.
I think that's too pink.
Yeah. Maybe it is another sort of...
There's quite a nice pink colour. Oh no, I've just put that on his teeth. There we go. That's a bit less, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a nice contrast.
Right, hopefully I should stop sneezing quite so much now. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's... Sorry, I've still got white in. It's not ideal. Where's teeth gone? Teeth.
Bone.
Make the teeth not be pink. There we go. That's better.
Yeah.
Right. What colour do you want this goatee to be?
Ooh. I'm thinking. Well, this is the thing. It's like, do you go sort of dark colours, or do we just go mad and give him like greens and? You know?
I mean, he could be dyeing his
beard.
So.
That's quite a nice idea.
There's a couple of different greens, or that is a green, kind of an orangey through the ombre.
Well, that's quite.
I mean,
in contrast to the face, yeah, that's quite.
That's too much.
Get bright orange eyebrows.
Well, that's the other green on the goatee as well. That's back to the original green. What do you think?
I like that.
I'll put that green in the eyebrows, which might be a bit less.
That's quite.
I think it kind of needs a darker green up there, doesn't it? Yeah. It's too much. Nope. The other green is better. It doesn't carry through. What do you think?
I like the lime.
It's nice. It's nice. Let's look at his ears. I think we need to pull some skin tones through. Where's my paint mix gone? So we have this one, which let's pop on the outside. I hate that they don't carry through on both ears. And then what do you want to do on the fluffy bits? Do you want them to be the paler?
I think so, yeah. So, look at that. That's nice.
Yeah. Right. In which case, let me just make sure the skin is pulled through onto the neck, because sometimes it doesn't. And then there's the dapple, I think. Oh no, why have we stopped rotating? There we go. Maybe the other way around. I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so you've got the darker colour down here, and then the dapple pulling through on the back of the neck. And let's just look at this leg while we're here. So, got this one here. That one there. And you've actually got a third colour. So, what we could do is potentially put the lighter colour in.
Yeah.
What's happening? Put the lighter colour in here and put a different. Is that the same? Yeah, because it just looks different down there. What do you think to that yellowy brown? Do you like it, or do you want to?
I like that. One? Yeah, so like the mix of the sort of fur tones.
And then, what do you think in terms of his hooves? Just while we're down here.
Ooh.
So there are some like.
Sort of, yeah, let's try a.
Tones, or there's like a kind of a more yellowy, bright tone. It's kind of like a slightly green toned.
Let's try this. Have a look at the yellowy again. I think
that's that one.
Yeah.
Cool. Check that's gone in on the other side. Yes, it has. Hooray!
Hooray!
No. We just haven't pulled in. Something hasn't quite pulled in there, has it? Is it pulled in? What's going on? That's why it looks weird, because it's just an extra bit there underneath. Because the underneath the foot could be a slightly different, slightly pinker. It's
sort of softer.
There we go. Right. Oh, there's a lot of hair on this. Right. So your actual hair. Do you want to pull through the goatee colours?
Yeah, I think.
If we do the mane. Do you want the mane in the green, or do you want the streaks in the green? Because then we've also got this kind of riotous colour. Orange. It might be quite nice to pull that very bright colour into one of the streaks.
Yeah.
And put the rest of it in that.
Oh yeah, that's sort of more.
This is very cool.
Okay, that's sort of like very autumnal leaf. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
And I'll just put that.
I think there's sort of the.
And then you've got a little bit at the top that we can put in a brighter. If you want,
nice.
Or I can put it in maybe in a darker.
Yeah, maybe it's cool. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, I think that's nice. Very nice. All right, let's do his eyes, because that always pulls things together. So, you want the bovine, I think. So there's pale blue, orange, and brown. So, pale blue would look like that. Orange is there.
Oh, that's quite.
Brown is there.
I'm wondering orange.
I think orange pulls through nicely with all the other kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Okay. Let's move on to a bit I can see. Let's do the back of the armour, because I can access it nicely. Do you think this is kind of cloth colours or leather colours? What are you?
I'm thinking leather, sort of.
So
I mean, again, he's there's a lot of colour to him already, so.
Yeah, so there's lots of different browns in here. There are some bright colours, and obviously we can pull from the cloth colours, which has a lot more choice if we want to. Do you want to start with some browns, and then we can pull highlights in?
Build, yeah.
So, I wonder if maybe I might just sit him up while we do this, and then I'll pop the pose back later. Yeah. Just so that I can access all of him. Alright, there we go. So, you think, does this colour look alright for the underneath, or do you want something a bit paler?
Yeah, let's try that. Let's see what.
So, what I might do is just put this in all of the kind of.
Yeah,
So this is pulling through some of the wrapping, so we might just put other bits on top later, but we'll just pop it in for now. Okay, so then if we go on top, do you fancy something a bit?
Let's have some colour.
Nope.
Yeah, a sort of tanned hide kind of.
And then.
There we go.
So, and then this would be really nice.
So, autumn. Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah. Yeah, looks really cool. And then maybe if we put in some metal up on these bits. I mean, that bit should be leather there because that's an underneath bit. Just maybe something a little bit darker than that. And then maybe if we do these bits in metal as well. So let's have a look at the colour. Oh, each. Okay, so if we put and then there's just underneath bits too. I'll just pull it through and we can always change it.
Yeah.
If all of this is individual. Many pieces. I think that's all of it. This skirty bit, which I think should be green. And then let's do the belt in brown again. Alright. How does that sit with you, just as a kind of starting
I really
point?
like it. As I said, that kind of autumnal mixture of wood. And, yes.
Definitely has that kind of forest warrior vibe. Let's go into the metals and start doing this. Just what kind of metal colour would you want that top piece to be? Like a silver or a gold or something? Maybe a bronze?
I was thinking, sort of like bronze, kind of coppery. So
For now, maybe something
a bit. That's not. Yeah.
maybe that colour but a bit shinier.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can put a gem in here, so we'll come into gems menu in a second. And then there should be an orange. Use. And as well. Alright. Maybe those were custom made by someone for you, but
I think, yeah. I want this. Right.
Is that too much? That might be too
I
much.
don't know. I think that's quite. And I think that also says stuff about the character where you go, everything else kind of looks a bit sort of natural, but then you're like, that's metal. That's,
someone made that.
Yeah.
Alright, and then let's just pull those colours again. Go into the next, make sure they're the same ones. So we had. What's that called? Did my lime. And the yellow Sunhelm Hero. Cute. Okay. So, I'm just going to pop something a bit less vibrant in there just to set it all.
Yeah.
There we go, looking very nice. Let's just put there we go. Got it. And let's go into the gems menu. No, not like gems. Gems. It's too normal.
It's too normal.
There we go.
Ah, yeah,
That's the one.
yeah, that's up.
Alright, let's get your... For starters, let's put some skin tone on your hands. Before I forget that they're there. There we go. The hands are sorted. What kind of colour do you want these wrist wraps to be?
Yeah, sort of, again, I think, leathery.
Yeah, let's pull the browns again. They can be a bit less, just a bit less in comparison to everything
Just
else.
a bit less.
Yeah. That's the handle of the shield. I will just pop that in leather so that it's in. And then let's do the shield. So what kind of material is the shield made out of? Is it wood or is it metal or something else?
Let's try wood.
Wood.
That's like...
So, the wood. So, we can obviously have different kind of colours of wood just to highlight the... Or you could have all the inside bits be one colour and then the outside bits. So, for example, the exterior could be like a pine and the interior be...
Oh, that's quite fun. Yeah.
Like a mahogany or a different colour. The pine might be a bit... I don't know. What do you think?
I like that sort of... I also like the fact that it's not it's not green.
A little bit different. Do you want a different colour to it, or?
I like the sort of the bone looking outside.
We could do maybe a darker on the inside, just so that. Oh. It's not what I was anticipating.
That's not what we asked for.
I could cheat it.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, I could also cheat that so that it definitely looks like wood, and just cheat that wood colour and make it black.
Wow.
What do you think? I think that's quite good.
I think that's quite, and again, for being a very sort of colourful thing, and then just this black shield.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Should we leave it? What do you think?
Yeah, let's leave it as that. I like that as a kind of... That's the fun thing about these episodes. I'm learning about this character. I'm like, oh, Black Shield, interesting. Yeah.
And then let's get this lance in now. The lance is probably the haft of the lance is probably wood, because otherwise it'd be too heavy to. So is this the same wood or is this a different wood?
I quite like it as the same.
The paler one or the...
Oh, but actually, yeah. No, maybe you sort of...
This one?
Yeah.
I'll pull that through here. And then this bit, I guess, would be... These two bits will be metal. Just to add sturdiness? Protection? Yeah. What... I'm going to need to do some reading about lances. What kind of colour would you like? Because as you see, we have many.
Ooh. I'm also now sort of thinking if he's sort of like collecting things, I think maybe we can go a bit more sort of bizarre. Brass. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. That's quite fun.
Something that feels a bit more functional.
Yeah.
Some rivets in. What do you think? I can change it.
No, I like it. I'm liking this sort of brass lance.
Also, because these are the same wood, they do kind of look like they were a pair that you found.
Yeah. But some knight errant died, and I'm like, yoink.
These are mine now.
Yeah.
All right.
Standing over a body going, do you mind? Nope, good.
It's not. Let us give some colour to Meg. What colour is Meg?
Well, again, this is sort of like the weird temptation is to go make her like insane colours, but I just like her being sort of this sort of dough tan sort of.
It's not really a deer colour. That colour?
Yeah, that sort of, yeah.
And then down the legs, and another colour at the bottom of the legs. That's two legs. And then obviously we are currently colouring a horse, which is not what Meg is, so this horse has a mane, so I will just put
proper
that blonder colour in through the mane.
Just a nice blonde horse.
Which, obviously you don't have a horse, but this horse has a mane, so we'll just give it a nice blonde mane. And then what colour eyes does Meg have?
Ooh, now I think maybe this is a chance for us to get a bit sort of more supernatural and weird. Let's have a look. Wow, like bird eyes.
So we could take, as long as we don't choose the orange eyes, we could take one of the bovine eyes and change the colour.
Yeah, let's do that.
So if I pop those in, and then we go into the mix. So we can, so you can change the shape as well if you want.
Oh wow!
So
just squiggly eyes.
Odd eyes. So those are kind of the. That would be more like horse for me. They tend to have round eyes. And then at the moment it's in blue, but you could pull it kind of any.
Maybe like really intense blue. Sort of really.
So that's quite blue, or do you want something a bit brighter?
Sort of, yeah, maybe sort of ice, cold eye, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, in that case, let's leave that one there. And in terms of harness and saddle, what do those look like?
Again, maybe this would be a chance for sort of. I was like, oh, that or sort of like colours we haven't used again, where it's just sort of like going, well, that's for me.
Pull through. So I just pulled through a purple and a cloth.
I like that. Yeah, that's sort of. I'm now getting the feeling that there was like some knight errant that died in the Faewild, and it's like, all this stuff is mine.
Enjoyed very vibrant colours, this knight errant, and they happen to be the same colours that Pip also really likes. Just by chance.
Yeah. Well, that's the sort of thing where you look at that and you're like, that is what I needed.
Yeah, that exact colour was what I wanted in my life, and I didn't know it.
Happy birthday to me.
Right, these mushrooms are red because they are. Or I suppose they're actually pinky, aren't they, Chris? Yes, pink mushroom.
Lovely pink mushrooms.
There we go. Pink. Oh my god, I have to do them all individually. Pink. Is that all of the mushrooms? No.
No, we've lost some mushes.
And I need to do some hooves. So just do some hooves. And what colour is your helmet? Your found helmet?
Again, let's go with this stolen armour. It's sort of that. So what we got, like orangey, purpley. Oh, yeah.
Person.
Oh, I'm feeling bad for this guy now. Where he's just like, look at my fancy helmet. And you're like,
I mean, everybody dies.
Everybody does die. Yeah, it's a wonderful laissez-faire attitude where Pip's is like, well, he's not using it.
I missed a mushroom. There we go. There's one. And some mushroom stalks. What colour are mushroom stalks? I guess that kind of colour. All the individual mushrooms. And then I need to just repose you.
Yes.
And then we will be done. And I think Pip is looking amazing. What do you think?
I'm a big fan, sort of, as I said, doing this episode and just going, the colours, the kind of, now they're sort of slightly, they're sort of roguish upcycling of everything. Just going, well, that's for me, that's mine.
Now we know that Pip is just really just,
just grabby.
Takes things out of the, takes things when they can get them.
Yeah. I think it's sort of like by his logic, he's like, right, it's my job to take care of this majestic creature, and this person isn't using this, so this food goes to me. This, it's important that I survive, and it's important that Nutmeg survives. So, yeah,
we got this.
Yeah.
And there we go. There is Pip and sort of Nutmeg. Not quite Nutmeg.
It's been made by someone who's like, I don't know what a deer looks like. Like those Renaissance paintings go, never seen one. Is it a horse?
Sort of. Thank you so much for doing this with me, Tom. I think Pip and Nutmeg are looking amazing. And I cannot wait to have them join us in the campaign, which will be starting very soon. So yes, we'll see you all shortly for that campaign, so do join us. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Tom.
Bye.
Bye.
Pleasure.